Today I thought it would be fun to show you how I use this new palette that I picked up from Target. It's from the NP Collections, and it is a bronzer and blush in one kind of a contour kit. So we've got highlighter, bronzer, blush, and then a little bit of a lighter blush that you could also kind of use as a highlighter. It was, I think, around $20. 16 maybe. I will put the price in the blog post so I'm not a total liar. But I was traveling this past weekend and I had my bronzer and my highlighter and my blush, and I use a combo of 2 blushes, and I thought it'd be nice if when I'm traveling I can have that all in one. And then I saw this at Target and was like, well shoot, that's like 3 days late. But I grabbed it for future travel and thought I would show you how I would use it today. So everything as far as my makeup goes is done except for any sort of blush, bronzer, highlight, anything like that. My foundation is on. I set it with powder like I always do. And so now I'll show you how to kind of add the color and depth to your face. I'm going to be starting with the bronzer because I feel like I can kind of control that a little bit best when I can see it most clearly. And I'll use this Real Techniques, I believe this is the Expert Face Brush. I use this to really specify where I want to put the bronzer. I know people use this also with I believe they use it also with liquid foundations or concealer, but I prefer using it with powders and that sort of thing. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of bronzer with the brush, tap it off, and then sort of suck my cheeks in, and that's where you want the bronzer to hit. As you're applying bronzer, focus it right underneath your cheek. And then as you're sort of buffing it in and making it a little bit more natural, go up to your temples and then finish right along your jawline. For the blush, I'm going to be using my EcoTools tapered brush. I picked this up at Ulta, which is the same place that I got my Real Techniques brush. Pretty much a lot of my brushes either come from Ulta. I have a handful from Sephora, and then some from Sonia Kashuk at Target, so I sort of mix and match. I'm going to grab the darker blush to start and then show you kind of how I finish with the highlighter. This blush does go on a little bit heavy, and if you fear that it's a little too heavy, but you've already put it on, instead of rubbing it off and sort of making it look uneven, just dust a little powder that you normally use on your face over top of the blush, and that's going to tone it down a little bit. To finish up, I'm going to grab the lighter pink blush, which is sort of like a highlighter in my opinion, because I don't know how much color this is going to give. And just dust that right on the apples of my cheek for a little bit of highlight and color with a nice fluffy brush. And then I'm going to grab the lightest one next to the bronzer and hit center of my forehead, down my nose, a little bit on my chin, and then sort of at the top of my cheekbone, closer to my temples. And this really reflects the light nicely and gives you sort of a luminous finish. Okay, so that's it. I love this set. I wish I would have had it before I traveled, but like I said, it's going to be great to travel with from now on. The colors I think are really pretty. If you prefer sort of a brighter, more hot pink blush, you may not like this blush. It's pretty subdued. I think it's beautiful for fall because it's a little bit warmer and softer than like a super pink blush or anything super peachy. And I feel like this would work on a variety of skin tones, but you'll never know until you try it, and Target is great about returns, so keep that in mind if you want to pick it up and give it a shot. If you want to see any other makeup tips or tricks or anything about beauty products, be sure to visit my blog, thesmallthingsblog.com. And if you click on that beauty tab at the top of the page, you'll be brought to every single post I've ever written about makeup and beauty, including tutorials as well.